don't even know where to start. I know that I've been gone, and I want to apologize to the North Country Nation for that. I hope you guys are still supporting me. I hope you're still strong. I hope North Country Nation is still strong. There's a good excuse for being gone, and that is I got hurt really bad. I almost died. I thought I was dead, and we're gonna go into that here in a minute, but I just want to tell you guys that I've missed you so much. I've missed the interaction so much. There was a part of me that wanted to keep making videos while I was recovering, but then the other part of me was just exhausted, and I was on medication, and I was loopy, you know, all pain meds are, blah, blah, blah. So we're gonna go into the story of what happened. I guess let's just jump into it. Oh, hey, I see it's been so long since I vlogged that I forgot to say, I am Eric. This is the North Country Outdoor Channel, and when you hit the subscribe button, you make up the North Country Nation. So do that for me. Hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell. You'll know when I put out new videos, which hopefully isn't this much of a gap in between, because there's a lot that's went down, there's a lot that's happened while I've been gone. So what happened essentially is, well, nobody wants to work, and I've talked about this before. So when nobody wants to work, somebody has to do the work. So I was undermanned, and I went to do a massive cherry tree removal, and it was just me and my father. I couldn't find anybody else that wanted to work. So we went and did it. We were understaffed, and we knew that. And so what happened is I went up this tree. I had my climbing gear on. My camera's going funky monkey. Went up to cut this tree, and I didn't fall out of the tree, but the tree ripped when I went to cut the top out of it. And when that happened, it caught my harness rope and sucked me into the tree, essentially almost crushing me. So for you guys to understand what exactly went down, I recorded this the other day. I stepped outside, and I actually have the log that my rope was embedded into, and I can show you guys exactly what happened. So let's step outside real quick, and then we'll come back and talk about it. All right, guys, so here's what went down. I have in front of me the log, the chunk of wood that almost took my life, and how it happened. So I'll flip this around and show it to you. So there is the chunk of tree. There is my rope that I had to cut off. It's embedded in the tree, man. Some scary stuff went down, guys. I mean, this is really serious. When it happened, I thought that's it. I'm dead. I thought I was gonna be crushed. So anyways, let's flip this around, and I'll kind of demonstrate to you guys what went down and how it went down, because you're not gonna understand how this happened. Everybody's like, oh, you fell out of a tree. No, I didn't fall out of a tree. I got crushed inside of a tree. So we'll flip this around, and I'll show you what happened. So essentially, guys, what happened here is I will just take, and I'll use this as, you know, as my example, as the rope, my safety rope that's around the tree. So I got my harness on, right? And I got my safety rope around the tree, okay? And we'll put it down here like this. So I come up here to make the cut, which I always do, and instead of breaking clean, what ended up happening was the tree ripped, and when it ripped, it pulled my rope with it, sucking me into the tree. So with that being said, I mean, I thought I was dead. I literally had to cut my rope with a chainsaw. So it was really a scary moment for me, and it happened in slow motion because the tree kind of fell over in slow motion. It was okay. So now you guys have an idea of what actually happened, and here is, oh, I'm pulling into a job site, and there's a customer here. Hold on. How we doing?
Hey, good. You?
Good. So now that you guys understand, hopefully, what happened, this is where people come into the North Country Outdoor Channel, and they want to talk smack. They want to tell me what I did wrong. They want to tell me what they would have done. You know, here's the bottom line. I can't go back and change it. I've learned from my mistakes. My rope was where it always is. It was an unfortunate thing that happened. When that happened, in that moment, that was the scariest, oh man, that was the scariest moment I think I've ever had. So this cherry tree was pretty large, and I'll insert a picture if I have one. I think I have a picture. I'll insert that here. And there was nothing in the way. There was no structures in the way. There was no power lines in the way. There's no wells, no septic, none of that. So we decided, let's drop the whole top out of this thing at once. There's nothing in the way. So that's what we did, and that's when it got me. And Dad really didn't know that I was in distress because I didn't really look any different. I mean, I was still up in the tree like I always was. I was just smushed up against it. So the first thing that I did was I realized, I thought I was cut in half, but fortunately my harness distributed enough weight to where it didn't cut me in half. But as you guys can see in that other video, the rope that was on the front side of the tree actually embedded itself into the tree. That's how serious this was. And I'm just gonna tell you guys, I've never in my life felt that much pressure on my abdomen. So immediately I reach for my knife, and I get my knife out and I go to cut my cord, and I realize that it's a steel core flip line, so there's no way I'm cutting through it with my knife. So my only option at that point was, I was making a big cut, so I had a big saw hanging off my harness. I had my 562 XP with a 24-inch bar on it. That's all I had up there. Fight or flight kicked in. I fired that thing up and I ripped right through that steel core harness. And when I did that, oh my gosh, the immediate pressure release, just, oh, it was a good feeling. Like I wasn't being crushed anymore. And then at that point, I think I started to realize a little bit of what's going on, and I started to almost pass out, and I wasn't tied to the tree anymore. So all I could do was just hug the tree and wait for that feeling to pass. Now, some of you may know the feeling, some of you may not, but that feeling when you're fighting passing out, where everything goes tingly and you just kind of lose control of everything, and it's just like, let it go, man, just let it go. Well, I couldn't let it go because I was up in the tree. So that passed, I got down from the tree. I'm trying to make this a short story for you guys. If you want more details, maybe I can go into a full detailed video later, but I know people just want details, 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 and then they want to go somewhere else and watch another video, and that's fine. So I'm trying to make it really short. So I get down from the tree. I knew immediately that something was wrong. I didn't feel right in my abdomen area. So went to the hospital, ended up having broken vertebrae in my back, had some internal bleeding in my stomach. The hospital that I was at in Cadillac here in my city couldn't really deal with that, so they shipped me 50 miles north to Traverse City. They're better suited to deal with that type of trauma. So I got a nice ambulance ride, lights and sirens, all the way to Traverse City, and then I was in the hospital for 3 days. Off of work for 6 weeks. The 6 weeks is coming up, but the funny thing is I still couldn't find no help. So guess who went back to work after a week and a half? Not even. And I should have done that because I had to go back to ER because I had this big lump on my back, which I guess they call it a hematoma. And I shouldn't have been working, but I was. And I would like you guys to give me your input in the comments. If you got hurt like I did and you owned a company like I do, would you do what I did and go back to work to get the job done? Because the crappy thing is I actually did find a couple employees and they're working out really well, but at this point I didn't have any employees except for Dad and, you know, some other family members that have been on and off. It was just so hard to find people that wanted to work. So at that point, there was work that needed to be done, and I did it, and I paid for it. But what I want to know is, would you go back to work after a week and a half against doctor's orders to save your company, to be able to pay your bills? Because if I was to take 6 full weeks off, guys, I'm missing out on tens of thousands of dollars, and that's just not acceptable for me. But medically, it wasn't acceptable for me to go back to work. So did I do the right thing? Did I not do the right thing? I don't know. I'm healing up now. The process has taken a long time. I'm just about ready to go back to climbing. So that's where we're at. There's a lot of stuff that's happened on those jobs that I wasn't supposed to be on. So stay tuned for that. I hit a customer's wellhead, costing me thousands of dollars. Yeah, it was me. I hit it with the tractor. That was a fiasco. Some other stuff went down, and I just want to share that with you guys. So I want you to know that I am back, and I don't plan on going anywhere, and I do want to grow the North Country Nation. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. Tell your friends if they want to learn about business and all this good stuff that goes along with it, and they want somebody that's real, somebody that's not afraid to admit their failures. Guys, this is one of the hardest things to do in the world. For one, to be an arborist, it's one of the most dangerous, and for two, to take those mistakes and put them on a camera for you guys and upload them to YouTube. Basically, I'm feeding myself to the wolves. North Country Outdoor Channel is a meal for wolves. Why? Because I'm raw, I'm real, I'm honest, I don't hide nothing, and people need to hear that stuff, and that's why I have this channel. I want to help you guys. I want you to learn from my mistakes. Enough about that BS. Hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And I'm just going to go ahead and end this video here. There's more videos to come. I'm going to try to upload 2 a week. You know, every day, every other day, just, man, that's a lot of pressure on me, guys. And working these jobs and bidding jobs and everything that goes along with it, I just want to rip my freaking hair out. So, the North Country Nation is not really top priority. It's like top 3, but it's not top. So I want to make these videos for you guys. I want to help. So I'm going to try to do the best that I can. Hold me to it. Please forgive me for taking a hiatus and not even really telling you guys what happened. I didn't know how to tell you guys. I didn't know if I wanted to tell you guys. I didn't know if I wanted to get crucified in the comments because I did something wrong. It's so frustrating. Be nice in the comments, please. You know, just support our little community. Don't be a jerk in the comments. I would surely appreciate that. I have the power to block you. I will. I don't block very many people, but if it gets nasty, I will block you. So just remember, y'all, tomorrow is a new day. 6 weeks from when I got hurt was a new day. So tomorrow is a new day. Be creative and own it. And just remember, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you inspire me every day to get back on YouTube and keep doing what I'm doing and just keep on trucking. I freaking love you guys, and I'll see you next time.